Hello, everybody. I hope I find you well and everything is okay with you. I need you to begin to understand that what I'm about to tell you, I was not allowed to say it for over 10 years of my life. In 2013, the Lord will visit me in the nation of Zimbabwe. The Christ will appear in visions and he will appear and begin to start taking me into different nations. Then I saw the arising of the great giant Zambia. But in the moment of its arising, there was a new president who was elected, a new office was set. But in the moment of its arising, there was a new president who was elected, a new office was set. But after the setting of the new office, something began to start happening. There was a warthog which was released by the enemy.
Onto this. Zambia's opposition Patriotic Front has questioned the constitutionality of President Hakainde Hichilema's decision to permit a U.S. Army base in the country. The party argues that the presence of this base, there will be potential invites of attacks from groups fighting the U.S. Now, let's discuss this with development, or rather the development of this, with former Zambian ambassador to Ethiopia, Emmanuel Mwamba, who joins us now from Lusaka. Mr. Mwamba, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for joining us. Now, as I mentioned, the opposition party, the Patriotic Front, has questioned the constitutionality authority of the Zambian president, who has permitted this United States Army, a foreign army, on Zambian soil to have this military base in that country at the time. What do you make of this? Does the opposition party have a stance in refuting that this take place?
Thank you very much, and thank you to your viewers. This matter has been of deep concern since AFRICOM was set up in 2007. Our previous heads of states, from President Levi Mwanawasa, President Rupia Banda, Michael Sata, and the recent predecessor to Mr. Hichilema, President Edgar Lungu, all of them objected to AFRICOM setting up either a base or a security office in Zambia. I must hasten to say what was recently announced is not the setting up of a base, but of a security cooperation office by AFRICOM to be based at the U.S. Embassy. The objection is historical. Both SADC and the African Union have objected to the militarized relations between member states and superpowers such as the U.S., Russia, China, and others. What has been encouraged is cooperation from all these entities and not to have one dominant state, as is occurring here in Zambia, where AFRICOM, a combatant unit of the United States Army responsible for Africa, wishes to set up an office here in Lusaka.
Now, the president of Zambia tweeted earlier this week, on Wednesday rather, that there are only Zambian military bases in Zambia and let's not debate falsehoods. And also the defense minister came out and said that the statement was incorrect. Like you said, it was only an office that is being set up. But this still has raised concerns with the establishment of this office amongst the Zimbabwean authorities. There's a heated debate that has come across the political divide on the possible intentions of the Americans.
Yes, it's of concern because we've seen where they opened what they call security offices of cooperation in Botswana and in Ghana. When you look at the agreements, they actually literally are fully fledged bases disguised as military cooperation offices, and that is our concern. The infrastructure that is obtaining in Botswana, where a security office was opened, and in Ghana, shows you that usually they start as a security office, and in the minds of people it might look like a desk office when not.
Now, the U.S. Embassy Lusaka Deputy Public Affairs Officer, Julie Mellon, said that the security office in Lusaka was just an extension of the military operation meant to thwart Malin actors in the region. What did she mean by that?
These are matters we are objecting to. The U.S. Embassy already has been fostering security cooperation with the Zambian government at high level. They have a military attaché, they have a military defense attaché who's at the embassy, who coordinates this military cooperation. The concern for all of us, all stakeholders, is that Zambia should be open to all forms of cooperation, but we don't want military units, active military units, to set up bases or offices. This will put Zambia in a security risk to America's own foreign enemies, and we do not want Zambia exposed in that way. The cooperation that Zambia and the U.S. have is welcome, and I must hasten again to say that one of our biggest bilateral partners is the United States. It funds our health sector to a tune of $500 million a year. So does China, so does Russia. We want in this space that we should be open to all friends of Zambia, and not to be tilted to one unilateral relationship.
But do you possibly think that there could be a strategy at play by the president that citizens are not aware of? I mean, we do know that ZANU-PF supporters have publicly called him a puppet of the West. Do they have a justified position in this? But could he, as opposed to all the other previous leaders of Zambia, have a different strategy at play that could be for the benefit of Zambia?
So we've called upon the president to publish the memorandum of understanding if he's demonstrating that this relationship is innocent and is all about military cooperation and military-to-military relationship. We've urged the president to make public the MOU that was signed. Secondly, a decision like that, which has been rejected by his 4 previous predecessors, required that he consults largely with the opposition and with all stakeholders. The president can't take a unilateral position on such a sensitive matter that hinges on our sovereignty, and that might undermine our relationship with our neighbors. Remember, SADC has a position on this matter. The African Union have a position on this matter. So it's not about a base or a security office. It's about AFRICOM as an entity, that it should not have active presence on our soils because of the security risk that comes with it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mamba. Thank you for your time and for your inputs on that matter. That was Mr. Emmanuel Mamba, who is the former Zambian ambassador to Ethiopia, unpacking for us the stance of other stakeholders in that country with regards to the U.S. opening a military office on Zambian soil.